Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel and the continuation of the NXT series, June 1st, 2010. This is the final of the first series of the show, and I mean, ultimately, getting through these first few years when it was a competitive show like this is going to be difficult. But my goal is to have everything in NXT up, maybe by the end of the year, who knows. Anyway, also starting an independent wrestling series if you're into independent wrestling, because I need something after watching this just drivel national stuff. I need something that I actually can sink my teeth into a little bit. So about every fourth or fifth video, maybe at least one every 10, we're going to have, in fact, an independent show here. I'm going to be covering ICW New York, which has had a couple of incarnations, one in the early 2000s and a resurgence. Now, Justin Gabriel, though, in this particular, it's Gabriel, it's Barrett and Otunga that are left. Also hyped for the new rookies, including Husky Harris, who later becomes Bray Wyatt. His pro is Cody Rhodes. Cody less than excited about that. Johnny Drip Drip, a.k.a. Johnny Mundo, a.k.a. Johnny Morrison, is here, and he's got Eli Cottonwood, who is a name that virtually no one remembers. Cottonwood basically says he's here to cause pain and damage. The match itself that comes up next, about 11 minutes into this 45 minutes program, is a three-way between the remaining individuals, Barrett, Otunga, and Gabriel. Barrett looks to be and ends up winning the show. No spoiler, because you're listening to this as a review. So, Barrett ends up being a guy that, is the guy, so to speak. Otunga beats down on Gabriel. I hate three-way matches. I always have. The only exception to those are the elimination style done in Smoky Mountain and ECW, because they at least made sense. There was one winner. I don't like matches where you could just slip over on a banana peel. If you're not ready to lose, then you're not ready to work. It's that simple. Anyway, short clotheslines and basic things by Otunga. Otunga does manage becoming a rather major star, more so as an announcer going forward. Sunset flip by Gabriel on Barrett in a nice kind of roll-up sort of way. Toss to the outside and basics to be had. Anyway, hard shots by Otunga. Otunga sends Gabriel into the ropes, as it were, and I mean it's there. It's okay. Nothing huge to write home about by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, a match that's kind of worth checking out for purposes of just kind of being, where the company was 11 years ago. What's amazing to me is half of these guys who were on a featured program aren't even in wrestling anymore. I mean, back in the day you had guys who made a career of this. Now you have talent who come in, they do it for a few years, realize that it's a messed up business and leave. And everyone says to me, well, why is it your dream to run an independent company? I want to run it like a business instead of a carny show that so many people do. Anyway, top rope 450 splash by Gabriel onto Otunga, but then Barrett pulls him out of the ring and steals the victory. Good deal there by any stretch of the imagination. Pretty cool, as it were. And I guess they did do a elimination style in this one, although the announcers didn't plug that too terribly well, because it's down to Gabriel and Barrett here in this particular run of it. Tip up by Barrett. Barrett's a guy who, actually, looking back at him, I wonder why he didn't go further. Maybe he wasn't political enough. I know there was issues with him and John Cena. At least I remember hearing such years ago. Cena's one of those guys that everyone thinks he's such a big talent, and he is. He's the last big talent, the last big draw. But at the same time, he did block some people along the way. Spin kick and roaring by um, uh, Justin Gabriel. Gabriel's a guy who, if he could have spoken better or more concisely, I think maybe he would have had a longer run in the company. And anyway, he goes up to the top rope. Jericho out there alongside his rookie Wade Barrett. Big attempted splashes or a 450 splash onto the knee and lands on the knees. Roll up by Barrett. Barrett gets the victory and obviously goes into the main deal there. Percy Watson is hyped by MVP. MVP his pro. Watson the rookie. Watson basically looks like Steve Urkel and kind of runs that way. Short promo by MVP, who was great even 10, 11 years ago. Amazing to me that he comes back, and he's one of my favorite just talents in general on Raw currently, just in the sense that he talks like someone who actually, I don't know, has done something with his life outside of wrestling, and for the most part, he talks within character. Zack Ryder is plugging his rookie next. His rookie, I believe, is Titus O'Neil, which that doesn't go exactly according to plan. Various people asked who they think should win. Barrett is given basically the equivalent of the win there and actually does end up winning. Justin Gabriel says he's not done with, fighting and wrestling and being there. Matt Hardy also endorses him on the way out the door, which I think is kind of cool in the sense of, there's a respect factor there. Hardy basically makes him look good. Skip Sheffield says he doesn't care who wins. It's just interesting to me that they still were giving guys who'd been eliminated from the competition airtime. It didn't really make a lot of sense. Laycool, Layla, and Michelle McCool, wife of The Undertaker, are the pros for Kaval. Don't know why they didn't hold them off to be pros for, when the women's season, which I think is season 3, maybe season 4, but when the women's season finally starts, I don't know why they just didn't have women with women. Maybe they were trying to alter the demographics of things. A promo off between Barrett and Otunga. Otunga's upset. He believes he's been jilted and jaded and jobbed and gypped when he loses. Kofi Kingston also going to be part of the show too, and the next season. And again, ultimately, Miz is left till the final moment. Alex Riley is his pro, a guy who again got blackballed. Some people say by Cena, but regardless, he was a guy who had so much potential and never really got to run through with it. And again, we close out the program with Wade Barrett as the winning pro of the first season. Looking back at what the show later becomes, I don't know that this format ever really made a whole lot of sense. But what in WWE does make sense these days. In any event, until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.